you.
Hello and welcome back to the Midway Monday Podcast. My name is Tyler. I'll be the host for this episode. Before we get started, just a couple little announcements. If you like this kind of videos, this kind of podcast, please subscribe down below. We have tons of different advertisements, walkthroughs, different content that we will be posting. If you guys want to see anything in specific or have any questions, please feel free to reach out to us on any of our social media platforms. Make sure to kind of mention the podcast in your comment and we'll be sure to add something in. With those couple reminders out of the way, let's get started with episode 2 of Midway Monday. We have a really exciting show today. We'll be able to introduce the core values that make us who we are here at Midway and introduce our sales manager, Matt Hall. We're going to learn a little about Matt and his background, talk with Matt about the core values of Midway, talk to Matt about what sets Midway apart from the other places that you can go to work. So let's jump into it and introduce Matt. So, Matt, welcome.
Thank you.
Go ahead and give us a little background, how long you've been at Midway and kind of how you ended up here.
Well, I've only been here since August, but I was very particular in seeking them out and trying to find an organization that I felt like would line up with my values as well. Yeah. And Midway actually fit the bill quite well. Yeah. Since I've been here, we've been doing some really great things. We're seeing our traffic pick up, and we're just really super excited about going to our new location first part of next year. Yeah. So that's really exciting.
So how long have you been doing the car business?
Roughly 30 years. Okay. I've been doing this, and mainly I've always worked at franchise dealerships. Okay. And so this is one of the first times I've been at just a used car facility as well as the new campers and used campers. Yeah. So it is a little different, but you know, the idea is we treat people right. And they'll come and buy whatever product it is that you have.
Yeah, so give me a few examples of different experiences that you've had that have kind of pushed you to be in the position that you are now here at Midway.
Well, I started out when I was 19 years old in the car business, and so I've worked my way through most every position that there is in a dealership. Started at a salesperson, worked my way up to a floor manager, worked my way into the finance department, became a director of finance, worked my way into a sales manager, became a GSM, and then also had a stint where I was a general manager of an organization. Mm-hmm. So with all of those different hats that I've worn in the past, I feel that I'm a well-rounded part of the team. Sure. That can help us go to the next level once we get to our new location.
Yeah. So Midway has a list of core values. I'll read the summary that is hanging up in every office, every room that we have here at Midway. And then I want you to tell all the folks how this affects Midway's business. Does that work?
Yep.
Okay. This list of core values and ethics are not optional. These are the key values by which we are building a rock-solid company, serving our customers and community the way they deserve to be served. This is the code by which performance will be evaluated. That's a pretty powerful statement.
It is.
Go ahead and talk to us about how you see that everyday business-wise here at Midway.
Well, the number one core value that we have is integrity, and that's the most important to me. I've been doing this a really long time in the Yellowstone County area, and I feel like I have a reputation of being honest and having integrity and taking care of the customer and not playing games. Right. And so that's the most important thing to me. And then when I met the ownership at Midway, they very much aligned with my belief system and mine aligned with theirs. And it happened to be a great fit.
Sure. Yeah. It definitely sounds like a really good foundation for not only treating customers, but employees really. So let's talk for that a minute as the sales manager. I'm sure you want your team to feel like they have a really good place to work. So talk to me about what makes Midway a really great place to work.
Well, I tell people this all the time. I have zero drama in my life. Mm-hmm. I'm very blessed in that aspect. And if I don't have drama in my life, the last place I want drama is in my work environment.
Sure.
Because we spend, 8, 9, 10 hours a day doing this. Yeah. And so it's important that as a team we get along and that we, treat each other with respect. And I've tried to tailor my management style my whole life into having a great environment for my employees, caring about them, making sure that they're taken care of, they're making enough money to pay their bills. Mm-hmm. And then I've learned that through that process, then all of management and ownership is then taken care of.
Right. No, that's awesome. Well, Matt, I want to thank you a ton for taking the time today and giving the folks more insight on what it's like in our culture here at Midway.
Yeah, thank you very much.
Absolutely.
And just a shout out to the people out there. We're going to be building our team in the future. If you think you have what it takes and you have that integrity and that honesty, I would very much like to meet you and see if you can become part of the Midway family. So thank you for having me, and have a wonderful day, everyone.
So thank you again to Matt, the sales manager here at Midway. Next week, we're going to continue and talk a little bit more in depth about our core values here at Midway. We'll be introducing our finance manager, Craig Kuka, to talk about what makes the financing and paperwork process at Midway Auto different than the rest. Thank you again for tuning in. We'll see you next week for episode 3 of Midway Monday Podcast.